What's up, Schmoedown fans? Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. I'm Star Wars champion, Andrew Dimalanta.
And I'm Nicki Dimalanta.
Competitor.
Well, not yet. We'll see.
We can argue about this all day long.
We'll see. Not yet. At some point, probably.
Sorry, as I drink into the mic.
Jesus.
Parts gonna be burping all this entire episode.
Buckle up, ladies and gents.
To my YouTube viewers, if I veer away from the mic like this,
Yeah, anytime Andrew goes,
or I'm burping, so it's not so it's in your ear holes.
little glimpse behind the curtain.
It is called Beyond the Schmoedown. Beyond the Schmoedown. Anyways, so we have four matches.
Five?
Five?
Four.
Four? 9? 8? 9?
I think it's 4. I don't know. We'll see. We'll go down my notes.
So
I think
we
it's
have
4.
we have a handful of matches to go over.
Yeah.
Big ones too.
Oh,
really,
yeah.
Really big.
Pay-per-view and all that mess.
The start of the teams tournament?
Yes.
I don't think the Star Wars tournament has started just
It
yet.
sure hasn't.
It's this week or next week?
This week.
It's this week, sorry. So this week. So the start of one tournament. It's going to be great. We have 2 matches in that. Then we also have a pay-per-view. So spoiler alert again. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. I know words.
If you,
Especially space words.
Always a standing spoiler. If you haven't seen the matches that we are going to talk about,
Then get out of here.
get out of here, come back later.
Or just mute to give us the watch times.
Or we'll tell you what freaking happens.
So anything else before we jump into the matches that we have to go over? I don't think
so. I feel like this is something we say most every time. I don't think so.
I don't think so. I didn't watch backstage. Oops. All berries.
Whoops, all berries. Yeah, no, something happened Tuesday that just, I don't know. I was like, oh crap, it's Tuesday. And then by the time we noticed, it was too late.
Yeah.
And it was
I'm
just
sure people
too
will
late.
correct us in the comments.
Probably.
Anyway, so let's go ahead and get into the first match of the week.
Okay, well, our first match, there is an opening scene.
Spicy.
Christian and Grace. And he was telling her that she stole all of her May slate of matches from his computer and says that she can't fire him. And to remember that in this game she's playing, there's always going to be a winner and a loser. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Well, he warned her from the very get-go, saying, you know how this ends, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
a little bit of ominous foreshadowing. Every villain usually meets their downfall. So I don't know. We'll see.
have we had a different villain every season?
How many villains have there been?
I mean, Grace is the obvious villain this season. The past season, Mike was a huge villain.
Mike was a villain. Was that one guy that was a lawyer?
I mean, he was part of it.
Doing the anarchy stuff?
Yeah, he was part of it.
He was kind of...
Thad was somewhat of a side villain at some point in that season because he was supposed to give the commissionership back to Christian after that whole storyline. So I would like to go back through the seasons in the off season and be like, oh, these are all the villains, quote unquote, we've had.
All the big storylines.
Because they're heels, but then there's like that one heel that is focused around pretty much the entire season and drives a lot of the story points. And that's what Grace is right now.
Yeah.
So
and she's doing good.
Yeah,
she's real good
at it. Great job at it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. So our first match.
Wait, is that the entire scene? Just she stole the slates from him?
Yeah, he was like, you stole them from my computer. Those were my matches. And she was like, no, well, I borrowed
she
them.
switched the names,
Yeah. So, instead of, Hannah versus Parker, she announced Parker versus Hannah, that kind of stuff.
It's kind of like the Vanilla Ice stealing the track from, God, what's the artist?
Under Pressure.
Yeah, that song. I can't remember. I'm not great with music.
It's not the music trivia Schmoedown.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Ooh, can you imagine the music trivia Schmoedown? Oh.
Well, if it's music from my era.
Yeah.
Sure. Maybe a handful of songs from the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
Maybe. Other than that, that'd be rough.
That'd be rough. That'd be real rough. Like, what would you ask?
Who wrote this song? Who wrote this song? Who wrote the lyrics? Who composed the music?
Oh, how many Grammys?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
what movie featured this song? And then you could cross over.
Crossover. Oh, that's a great idea.
Tons of genres.
Yeah.
TV show music.
Oh.
Commercial music.
No,
that'd be
can't.
ridiculous.
You can never do it. Anyways,
jumping the shark.
So yeah, so that's basically the entire scene. Just fighting over who.
Always a winner and a loser, Grace.
Yeah.
Remember that,
So
honey.
So come back to this scene when see what happens at the end of the season with Grace. Does the Schmoedown get revealed?
Oh.
Is it Christian again?
Oh, I hope not.
I
But
hope
maybe.
not.
Who knows?
No.
Okay. Our first match. IG. We've
Ooh,
got
an IG.
Brandon, the hitman, hot man, depending on who you are and your preference.
Man, those curls, man.
Hannah, okay,
Killing
and
it.
he's representing the stars. Yes. If last week I said that Ben Goddard has the best eyebrows in the Schmoedown, Brandon Hannah has a set of locks on his head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What? Products. Drop them, buddy. What is it? Papaya conditioner? What do you got going on?
Papaya extract from
Papaya
what?
extract.
Was that-
Yeah, from Brandon.
Yeah, he's kind of special conditioner on that hair.
Yeah, but no, his hair is looking
Yeah.
great. Man, quarantine's been treating him well. What kind of hair masks are you using, Brandon? Tell me. Drop the deets. And we got Hannah versus Robert the Spider Parker
Making
of
his
the
return.
dungeon, making his much anticipated return to the IG division. Big match between the two of them.
Yeah.
Big things to prove for both of them.
Hannah coming off of that amazing comeback win against Zipper.
Yeah.
And Parker coming off of a disappointing loss in the tournament last season. We
Yeah.
haven't seen him since last season.
Exactly.
So it's like, oh man, we'll see what happens with Hannah, man. But like Parker's coming back hot. Like
Yes, both
ready
of
to
them.
go. Yeah.
Both of them. Round one. Okay. So a lot of stuff happened in round one.
this match.
There was one challenge, one almost two. You know, if you haven't, oh my God.
What happened there?
My elbow slipped off the table. That was scary.
It's
my
like
God.
Molly from Scrubs.
That was scary. How embarrassing. Everybody
How
okay
many
out
have
there?
you had? Just one? It's not
Like
even
a
loaded?
quarter of one?
It's not even loaded?
I just opened it. So embarrassed. Jesus. All right. So, anyways, let's get back to the
That
task
scared
at hand.
me.
I know. I saw your face. Sorry. I'm okay though. Are you?
I'm fine.
Good.
Are
I'm
you?
glad.
How are you?
I'm okay. Just we're all okay here. We're fine here.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. How are you? Okay. So, challenge.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because
I don't remember what the question was.
like who played this person?
Who did a thing? Who played a thing?
Who did a thing?
And it was Brandon said Rowdy McDowell.
Spelled and said Rowdy.
Like Rowdy.
Yeah.
You know? And then Robert Parker, the spider,
Almost immediately challenged.
said
it.
Roddy McDowell. Challenge issued. Rowdy
No.
versus
so,
Roddy.
So no. After Parker reveals his answer, they go back and they don't award Hannah the points because
Oh, true.
Parker basically like influenced like it's actually Roddy. You shouldn't accept it. So like, yeah, you're right. So and then
Roxy
Roxy
challenged.
chimes in. And
She
challenges.
cited the ever so notorious now
yeah
benefit of the doubt rule. Many conversations going on about this rule.
Yeah.
Long story short, the challenge was upheld. They accepted Rowdy. Benefit of the doubt, saying he was close enough.
He knew the character. He knew the actor. Just happened to put a W in there, make it Rowdy instead of Roddy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the very next question, coincidentally,
Oh yeah. That's
it was something about Pirates of the Caribbean.
the island that
The
Jack and wow, I'm forgetting what's his name's
it's
character.
not Star Wars.
Yeah.
What do we always say in this house?
not Star Wars.
Who cares?
But I love Pirates. The first one at least.
Never seen it.
You've seen the first one.
Which one is that? Black Pearl?
Yes.
Oh, well then I have. Do I remember it though? That's another story. I remember physically sitting in a movie theater. There he goes. Already starting.
Sorry.
I remember sitting in the movie theater watching it, but I don't remember
best one.
a second of
It's
it.
the best one. It's the only one in my mind, really.
A guy with the octopus face.
No, that's the next two.
Oh, well, then I definitely don't remember it because I thought he was in it. So. In any case, the question was about pirates and something about the
The
island.
island of
And the answer is the Isle of Tortuga. Raven Luxray. Lonely
Captain
Island.
Jack Sparrow. Sorry,
Listen,
I'm not bad.
the only I wanted to guess on this one, and if I would only have remembered the Tale of Jack Sparrow, whatever that song is called, from the Lonely Island, because
Yeah.
they did say from the Isle of Tortuga.
Yeah.
Such a
Yeah,
good song.
so-
Lonely Island's great.
Yeah. So
So, anyways, sorry. Parker said Tortuga. And Hannah said Tartuga.
Swallowed an A instead of an
T-O-R
O.
versus T-A-R. Parker brought in Kaiser, said, I don't know, man. What do you think? Kind of want to challenge.
Kaiser didn't want to waste the challenge on it.
And Kaiser said, don't waste it. The same thing literally just happened. They're going to give it to him again. Why would they have given it to him with the last one and not do it this one? Don't waste your challenge.
Yeah, and I think that's a smart move by Parker. It's like, at least discuss it.
Yeah.
See what your manager thinks, because if you're just like, yeah, challenge it because no.
Yeah.
It's like, no, bring him in, and because like you don't want to waste it on a.
Well, the manager would have had to ratify it anyway.
Yeah.
But no, I think it was smart on Parker to be like, let me talk to Kaiser. And I also do believe that it was smart on Kaiser to be like,
It's 1 point. Yeah.
First of all, it's 1 point. And second of all, the same thing basically kind of just happened.
Yeah.
Why do we think this would turn out any different? So I think that they were both playing it safe.
Yeah.
You know, I have a lot of thoughts on this.
Let's get to the match, and then
Yeah.
we'll give our thoughts on benefit of the doubt, because I got words.
I got thoughts in my head.
I got words in my head that I want to speak.
In any case, on the heels of those precariously
That's a big word.
precariously answered questions, they both got perfect rounds. Because Hannah did get awarded the points for both of those questions.
Yeah.
And they both got the bonus. So by the end of round 1, it was 11-11. Round 2, Brandon goes first. He spins away from Marvel and he gets Star Wars.
Yeah, a strength of his.
Yeah, I remember in the days when they used to have like the pre-match, like
Yeah.
everybody used to, doing this in front of the camera, and they would put your strengths up here. And I do believe Star Wars was always listed as one of his. He went to multiple choice 3 times. One of them was what initially does Leia do to get Wicked's trust? Gave him something to eat.
Yeah.
Gave him a little protein bar. A little granola.
Little granola.
Little nature's
Loose
whatever.
granola. No.
Is that from something? That sounds familiar.
From Brooklyn. Jake's
oh
bachelor
yeah, the
party.
bachelor party with the fanny packs filled with granola. Oh man, I miss that show.
Nothing.
Such a good show.
Gotta
So
catch up on
yeah,
it.
he got it right.
Yeah.
He goes to multiple choice again. The first word in the opening crawl of the Phantom Menace. He did miss it. That one
Turmoil.
did get stolen by Mr. Parker. Goes to multiple choice again. Kylo Ren's fighter in The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
He did miss the multiple choice, and that was also stolen.
Tie silencer.
Indeed. And I know that there was people talking about that should have been challenged because it's IG and they never mentioned the name of the fighter in the movie.
I mean,
Nobody ever said Wicked's name in the movie either.
Yeah, guaranteed. It was a toy. It was marketed, and I believe it was marketed in the trailers. Like, hey, check out all over Twitter and stuff. It's like, hey, check out Kylo Ren's new tie silencer. So that's the way around it. But
And
Star Wars questions are wonky, especially in
PJ said they reserve the right to ask things that are not explicitly mentioned or named in the movie.
Especially when the category has its own division. So you got to be aware of that stuff. Granted, like the questions shouldn't. I don't
think that should have any bearing on it.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have harder Star Wars questions just because there's a Star Wars division.
Yeah, but I think this question did surprise me. Like, wow, they put that in IG.
I was kind of surprised
like, wow,
too.
okay, cool. Because I think for IG especially when with like Star Wars, I think you should stick to the stuff that is said and seen on screen. So like I can see both sides of this argument of like, hey, never is said, but it was a huge part of the marketing. So
Yeah.
But you're not going to expect all IG players to be that deep into Star Wars. You know what I mean?
But then again, usually there's always one zinger in the round.
That's true.
So,
yeah.
They can't. They're
And that certainly was the zinger of that round.
Yeah, no, I was surprised when they asked that. But, good question.
Yeah, it's a good question.
So it was stolen. So then Parker goes. He spins Planet of the Apes and gets a perfect round 2, my dude. So by the end of round 2, 16-23 in favor of Robert the Spider Parker. Round 3. 2-pointer for Brandon. Batman. Who voices Harley Quinn in the Lego Batman movie? Jenny Slate. He got it.
Didn't remember that.
3-pointer for Brandon. Heroes. Halle Berry's character. Oh, yes. Halle Berry's character is named after what drink? In Kingsman: The Golden Circle.
Yeah, I forgot this.
I did not remember it at all. All I remembered is that Channing Tatum was tequila or whatever. But I thought he had a fantastic guess.
Yeah.
If you're going to take a stab, which is always advised because you never know.
Yeah, don't.
You could pull a Stacey Howard and it just works.
Yeah.
So we got to respect somebody for taking a stab.
Yeah.
And I thought that Brandy was a great guess.
Because I remembered that movie and everybody's named after an alcoholic like beverage or like some kind of mixed drink or something. But
Yeah,
it's like,
somebody was whiskey. Wasn't that Jeff Bridges?
something like
I don't know.
Pedro Pascal was I
don't know. And it's not Star Wars, so I don't care.
Yeah.
But I thought brandy was a really good guess.
Yeah.
In any ways, it wasn't. It was sneaky. Ginger ale, a non-alcoholic beverage.
And that's the thing. Once they say ginger ale, it's like, oh yeah, that's right. She's the only one that's not an alcoholic beverage.
Yeah.
So it's like, damn.
Yeah. So he did miss it. So we stick with him for his 5-pointer. Alien and Predator. What actor played the titular Predator in 1987's Predator? There was actually two possible answers. Kevin Peter Hall or Mr. Cookies, Milk and Cookies himself, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Unfortunately, Brandon did miss that one. So we end this match 18-23 in favor of Parker with a TKO.
Hanging up a -1 on the stars.
Yes, bringing him a TKO to the dungeon.
Couldn't get out of the hole this time. It was just unfortunate.
Yeah.
And Parker was just on fire on this one. And it's like, oh man, I expected Parker to be good.
Yeah.
But being perfect on Planet of the Apes, that's
perfect round 1, perfect round 2, got 100% of the steals that were afforded to you.
Yeah, it was just like a combination of terrible things for Hannah this time around.
Yes, it was kind of when it rains, it pours.
Yeah, not getting, it's like you get a strength, but you're not getting the questions.
Which happens.
That you want. So and it happens sometimes, and he just couldn't pull it out this time. It's a bad day for Hannah. When Parker's on like that, I mean, it's hard to stop him.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, what are you going to do?
And you see Parker play a match like this, and I know that last season when he didn't have a great run in the tournament.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the conversations of, oh, he's overhyped, overrated, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure those all started happening.
Yeah.
But then everybody has a bad day.
Yeah.
Every so often. Can I remind you of that? When you see him come back and do this, it's like, okay, well, there's probably a reason people were talking about him the way they were talking about him at the beginning of last season.
Yeah.
And he showed us in this match right here.
Yeah. Reminded us why you can't take your eyes off of Parker.
No, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, so let's cycle back to the benefit of the doubt, because this is something that everybody was talking about.
I'm pretty sure people are still talking about it.
Talking about it now. I think the perfect example of why benefit of the doubt is for people like JTE and me, where we are legendary misspellers of the game.
Yes, it was. I saw this round 1 play out, and I'm like, you know what? I get it. And, everybody makes spelling mistakes. Even Brandon Hannah. Crazy.
Yeah.
Right? So, it happens. I mean, I don't want to get too far into it,
Yeah.
But misspellings do happen.
Yeah, and I think that's what it's there for. When you clearly know what the competitor is trying to spell.
Right.
And they get close enough with the spelling, and it's like, yeah, we'll give it to you because we knew exactly what you were saying.
Yeah.
And you didn't spell it right, but
yeah.
But with Hannah's, was it Rowdy versus Roddy?
Right.
I can go either way on this.
Yeah.
Even with the Tortuga and Tortuga, it's like I can make arguments to why he shouldn't get those points, but I can also make arguments to why he should get those points. I
agree.
So benefit of the doubt is going to be one of those wonky rules where it's like, I mean, every challenge, every ruling is like situational. It depends on the match. It depends on what's going on, what the answer is, what the question said.
Right. There's no black and white.
But the benefit of the doubt rule is there to. Oh God, I had the thought in my head and it just fell out.
Well, it's kind of there to protect people, because especially in like IG and Star Wars. Granted, this really wasn't the case in either of these questions. But when you're in IG and Star Wars and you're talking about made up space words, elf words in Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter friggin' spells.
Yeah.
How am I gonna know how to spell those words?
Yeah.
Some people do, and good for you. But stuff happens. We've seen it happen not only in IG and Star Wars. We've seen it happen in teams. We've seen it happen in singles, everywhere.
And I don't want to like focus on like, oh, it's only there for spelling. It's like, no, there's plenty of other times where like, say like the answer is apple, but you say apples. It's like, or you know what I mean? Or like what does somebody say, and you make something plural, or and it's supposed to, we're looking for the singular. It's like, well, we know you know what the answer is, so we're going to give it to you.
It's not always necessarily just spelling.
I think the concern everybody is having is going to turn into, you were close enough.
I think that is the concern.
And it
opens the door to people giving more vague answers and being like, oh, but I knew it.
Yeah.
come on, I was close enough, but that's why, like you said, it's very situational. There's not always going to be, well, you were this many letters off. We're going to give it to you. No, it's not always it's not set in stone. It's not black and white. It's up to the discretion of the judges as per the rule book. And I'm sure that if they need to, they'll confer with the question writers. They'll confer with whoever's there. It's situational.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are freaking out. I get it, because I do think it could potentially be a slippery slope. Yeah. But it's case by case.
It's case by case.
It's not, there's no reason to get your feathers ruffled, so much about this because,
Yeah,
luckily it didn't, not luckily, I don't mean it like that, but like it didn't affect the outcome of the match. Yeah. So there's always that.
Yeah, and it's... The rule is there again to protect players, because when you mispronounce something where like we know you know that, or something previously happens in the match, and that for some reason that cycles back to another question. It's like, well, he obviously knew it then, so he knows it now. It's there to protect the players.
Yeah,
it's there. It's definitely in the rule book, and it's there for certain things. It's just, again, the concern is, we don't want it to turn into the close enough league, and that's not the case.
Yeah, and there's also, there's the factor of being consistent with the rulings and this and that. But then again, like we said, it's always situational. It's going to be difficult. Yeah. Because now that this happened, I think a lot of people are going to be like, "Ooh, that's in my back pocket now."
Everybody's going to be aware of it now, so that's out there now.
Yeah. But
and who knows? This probably won't even happen again.
Exactly.
And if it does, we have a much better understanding of the rule itself now.
Yeah.
So now we can challenge appropriately. We can now take this rule head on, like, well, according to the benefit of the doubt rule, we can construct our answers, construct our challenges better now.
Yeah.
Now that this has happened.
Yeah. Somebody had to be the first one to really dig into this rule.
Yeah.
And I think this is probably the deepest anyone's gone into this rule.
Yeah.
So, it's always going to be a little shaky at first, especially the first time it really gets challenged. But yeah, it's there for good reason.
It always sucks to be the guinea pig of something.
For sure.
Like Star was definitely the guinea pig of digital.
Oh yeah, that
season.
tournament.
It was the guinea pig for the money round.
Yeah, the fast money lightning round.
Yeah, it always sucks when something like this does happen, and it's just like, so many people yelling at you. It's like, look, it's the first time this happened.
Yeah,
let's let it play out, and then we'll adjust as we go.
And also, all of this people trash talking Hannah. It's like, Hannah didn't do anything.
No,
he answered to the best of his abilities. He answered what he thought was the answer. He didn't go, I got an idea. Let me spell it like this. That way I get under everyone's skin and make everybody mad at me. No, he answered to the best of his abilities what he thought it was. Don't hate the player at the game. He did what he did the best he could. Whenever people get mad at the players, I'm always like, bro,
it's not
chill.
their fault.
He didn't do this just to make you mad. Like, he's just trying his best out here, just like the rest of us.
I'm going to show Jake 679. Yeah. I saw that comment.
I bet he really likes the Olive Tortuga. Let me spell it like this.
I'll be boiling in his seat on Monday.
This will put a bee in his bonnet.
So
I'm pretty sure Hannah didn't do it on purpose, and everybody makes mistakes.
I mean, those are my
including Brandon Hannah.
Those are our thoughts on the benefit of the doubt rule. It's there for reasons, and this is an instance where I could just go back and forth, and it's like I can see why. I can see your argument. I can see your argument. The ruling is the ruling.
Yeah,
you got to deal with it. So. Next match. Sorry, let's move on before we keep droning on about this.
Let's move on because there's something else that I really want to talk about, but I can't. There's something else I want to bring up, but I'm a better person than that. So I'm not going to.
Okay.
Let me move on before I lose myself in getting petty. Next scene. Okay. The next match, there's an opening scene. And you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what
No, I'm better than that. I'm a bigger person than that. I'm not going to stoop that low. I'm better than that. I'm going to just move past it. All right.
You can say it out loud and I'll bleep it, or you can cut it out. I'll bleep it out. Go ahead.
No, I'm a better person than that. I'm not putting that out into the universe because I'm better than that.
Okay.
I'm above that.
Now everybody in the comments is like, tell us what it is. Tell us what it is. You're never going to know. Sorry.
No, because karma is a thing.
Oh, yeah, it is.
And we've seen it be a thing. And I'm a better person than that. I will just let it stew inside my brain. Next match.
Everybody's on pins and needles right now. Like, oh, what happened?
Oh, God. You ever just want to tweet something like really petty?
Yeah.
Oh, I had to like actually out loud coach myself to be like, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not going to do anything. It's not going to make you happier to do it. Just leave it.
It's like Batman. It's like, you could, but it won't bring your parents back.
Next match.
Yeah.
Opening scene. Grace and Jay. Grace gives Jay, I don't really have much notes for this one.
It's really just Jay.
It's just, setting. It's a setup scene for another
scene. It's foreshadowing.
So Grace gives Jay control of the singles matchups for the singles belt. She's like, listen, man, this is just too much. I don't want to do it. It's yours now, baby. And Jay was super excited. Got his little mad scientist hands, and he's like, ooh, I can put this person against that person against this person. So we're going to see him run away with that later. Yeah. So that's that. Little foreshadowing. We'll get to the results of that later. Oh, we have our first teams match.
Oh, yeah. Beginning of this mini teams turn. It is not, so let's be clear here, because everybody's being confused about this. This is not the Ultimate Schmoedown teams. Well, the Ultimate Schmoedown teams tournament. This is just like a mini tournament, because the winner of the tournament doesn't get a title shot. They get a spot in a number one contender match against Team Corruption. Mm-hmm. So this is not the Ultimate Schmoedown teams tournament. I hope, and I'm really hoping that we do get to see that later on in the season. This is just a little mini tournament that they're having at the beginning of the season.
Yes.
I guess to get rookie teams some like experience, because all these is rookie teams except for one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, rookie teams, not necessarily rookies. Yes.
Yeah.
Rookie teams.
Rookie teams. New teams.
And it just gives us more content and more things for people to yell about.
You complaining about it? Yeah.
No, never. We got lightning time.
What?
I just got like deja vu. Oh, we talked about lightning time last time, talking about it being an upcoming match.
Yes.
Okay, we've got lightning time. Liz Shannon Miller and Ethan Big Time Irwin. I almost always say prime time and big time for Paul and Ethan, like interchanged. Mm-hmm. Something I struggle with.
That's clocks.
That's a clock. And they represent the usual suspects versus the outsiders. The Powder Keg, Paul Preston, and Ben the Bandit. Eyebrows got it. Representing the Den.
Two highly anticipated teams.
Oh, yeah.
Two highly anticipated teams.
Because you got Liz, you got Ethan, two very strong competitors in the Schmoedown. Also have known each other for like 20-something years.
Yeah.
They've got a little bit of a rapport.
Yeah.
And you know that they work well together.
Yeah.
Chemistry, history, whatever. And then you got Preston and Goddard, the quote-unquote centerpiece of the Den. Mm-hmm. Paul, I think, has a lot that he wanted to prove because he didn't necessarily have the most stellar of seasons last year.
Yeah,
And Ben, he kind of like we saw a lot of him at the beginning of last season,
and just sort of
not so much at the end.
Yeah, I think after the IG tournament, he's just like, faded off into the shadow.
And he was in that Rookie of the Year conversation, and then we just kind of lost him a bit, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. So I know that he's probably coming back into this like, remember me, baby, I'm back. Round one.
Coco. Remember me.
Remember me.
Though I have to say goodbye.
I don't remember it.
Remember me. Don't let it make you cry.
I did cry, though.
I did. I cry. Pixar just has my number.
Yeah.
Come on. What's the last 3 Pixar released films? Every single one of them I've teared up. Coco, just because it was, a father and his daughter.
Coco, I cried.
The Good Dinosaur.
Oh, yep. Cried on a plane watching that one.
Yeah. On our way to Korea.
Yeah. I cried like an idiot.
Yeah. What was one before that? I can't remember. But those last 2, I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
Pixar, just every time in the heart, in the feels.
Oh, yeah.
Waterfalls. Especially when Miguel, is it Miguel? That sings to Mama Coco?
Yes.
Remember.
It's been a while since I've watched Coco. It's a good movie.
It's a very good movie.
It's a beautiful movie.
It's a beautiful.
I love the colors.
Such a good movie.
Man. Good times. Too bad we don't watch anything but Star Wars in this house.
Great story, too.
Yeah.
Such a good story.
Round 1. Ben and Liz missed the question about Rumble in the Bronx.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Yeah, that hurt Andrew.
Second, the question wasn't even done being asked. I'm like, Rumble in the Bronx.
And then they all got duped. And they missed the question about the Wrath of the Titans.
Because of the release date. They messed up on the release date.
So that obliterated anyone's hopes for a perfect round 1. So by the end of round one, 13-13.
Righty team are sneaky.
Oh, yeah. 13-13 at the end of round 1.
Tied up.
Round 2. The outsiders go first. They spin away from dance. And they got Jurassic Park.
Oh, and it's a IG category.
That's what I was saying. They
got it.
unfortunately did have a big fat 2-point miss.
Oh, yeah.
Also, unfortunately, depending on who you're rooting for, it was not stolen.
Yeah, what was it? It was because it was an actor who played the younger brother,
something
like that, or the older brother. Who played one of the brothers?
Somebody who was younger.
Yeah,
it's in their teens.
Yeah, and I think Ben was
maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I think Ben was like, "Oh man, I'm glad because they, it would." Or I don't know. He said even if he would have gone to multiple choice, I think he still would have missed it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, if they would have put the answer that he thought it was, yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily for them, though, there was no 2 points exchanged.
Yeah, so no 4-point swing.
Lightning time goes. They spin dance, and they were like, "Hey, man, yes."
Stake it. Wow, okay.
And they go to multiple choice one time. They got it right. This was a fascinating round to watch because Ethan is just so chill. I don't know if it's him sitting on the back of his bungalow with the sea breeze blowing through his
he's like
hair.
somewhere. He's not in LA at this point. It's like
he looked like he was sitting on a beach. And doesn't he live somewhere like
he lives in LA?
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he's a producer in LA. He owns a film company.
True. They got beaches.
Yeah, but
he looked like he was chilling.
Yeah, just like on a break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sea breeze blowing through his marker board. Yeah. Drying the ink. And he was just chill.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of like dance movies didn't seem like it was exactly his forte.
Yeah,
but he was like, sure. Oh, Liz, you think that's the answer? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I think it's this one guy in Magic Mike.
There's just one criticism that I do have about Ethan Irwin, and we'll get to it after this match.
Yeah.
I'm just teasing right now. So.
But it was fun to see. Again, this is something we'll get to with the final question.
Oh, yeah.
The measure of trust between these two.
Yeah.
Especially
how relaxed he is. He's
yeah.
Like, yeah, that sounds like it. Go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know about Magic Mike, but sure. So they, multiple choice, one time they got it right. By the end of round 2, 23-24 in favor of Lightning Time.
Still within arm's reach.
Round 3.
1 point.
I did take a note that Paul Preston made me laugh.
When does he not make you laugh? I mean, he's hilarious.
I don't think a Paul Preston match goes by that he doesn't make me laugh out loud.
He stopped doing his stick though. Remember that? It's like the answer is
puts the
no.
board down?
He always does that. But like before
the answer is
yeah.
No,
before the match starts, he goes, the answer is this. Like we didn't even ask the question, Paul. Oh yeah, well the answer is that.
Yeah.
He stopped doing
Paul.
it.
Maybe when we get back to the studio he'll bring that back or something. But I love Paul. But no, they were outsiders were choosing their numbers. And they're like, well, for the 2-pointer, we'll take 2. And for the 3-pointer, we'll take 3. How many points is the... Oh, because he asked for each one. How much is the first question worth? 2. We'll take 2. How much is the second question worth? 3. We'll take 3. How much is the third question worth? 5. All right, we'll take 12. It's just like, wow. What a king. Like, he's just so funny. Love Paul. Good job. Yeah. Excellent. So, 2-pointer for the outsiders. They decide that Benjamin's going to take it. Sports. What is the title of the 6th film in the Rocky franchise released in 2006?
I think it's Rocky Balboa.
Rocky Balboa. Very creative name for that movie.
Well, I think this is where he comes out of retirement. Am I right?
I haven't seen a single Rocky film. Ever.
You're kidding me. You haven't...
I mean, I know that he runs up steps for cardio, but I've never seen a Rocky movie. Is that the one with Creed?
No.
What's the... Wait... It is.
No, it's not.
What's the one with Creed?
It's a Rocky 2 or 3?
No, but like with the Rocky franchise is where he fights Creed.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I got scared for a second. I'm like, what other boxing movie is there? Okay, good. It's just, yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I've never.
It's another movie I wrote a paper on.
I've seen the montages. He beats up meat that's hanging in a...
I had to write a paper on it because it was
somewhere?
one of the first movies that used the Steadicam. It was that and The Shining that were the 2 first movies that pioneered the use of Steadicams.
Yeah, no. Never seen it. I'm sure it's cool. People seem to like it.
See what I live with? This is what I live with. It was a miracle I got her to watch Star Wars and like it and join me in the Schmoedown with it. But
it actually is a pretty big miracle because that's a lot of watch time. And I definitely didn't pay attention the first time he made me watch them. Definitely. He asked me the first time he made me watch them. Like I always say, I watch them with my eyes. That's it.
Didn't watch them with your heart.
My eyes saw the movie, but I didn't I didn't pay attention. And you asked me some passing question that was like wow, did you even see the movie? And I didn't know it. And you're like,
we just watched it.
We just watched it like an hour ago. How do you not know this? And now look at me. Started from the bottom. Now we're here. 2-pointer for lightning time. Liz takes the first one. New releases. This 2020 film features performances by Henry Golding, Colin Farrell, and Hugh Grant. The Gentleman? Got it. 3-pointer for The Outsiders. Paul, of course, has taken this one. Biopics. Which actor wrote and directed the 2000s biopic Into the Wild, Stalin? Starring Emil Hirsch. Sean Penn. Got it. 3-pointer for lightning time. Ethan's taken this one. Fantasy sci-fi. Christoph Waltz plays Dr. Dyson Ito, a renowned cyborg scientist and part-time bounty hunter. Wow. What a resume. In what 2010 sci-fi film?
Alita Battle Angel.
Alita Battle Angel.
I remember really liking the visual effects in this movie.
Never saw it.
That's about it.
He did get it correct. 5-pointer. Here we go. 5-pointer for The Outsiders. Spy films. Much to Ben's chagrin, because that was his 5-pointer against JCE.
Yeah.
So, spy films. Sean Connery starred in 1983's Never Say Never Again, which was a remake of what earlier James Bond film, in which he also starred. Paul Preston was like, bro, I got this.
hold my protein
shake. It's Thunderball. And he got it right. Yeah. They got it right. Together. 5-pointer for lightning time. Rom-coms. Might I say, maybe Frankie Numbers can back me up here. Is this the first time we haven't seen crime in round 3? Because
yeah, that's right.
I am stunned. No Tom Cruise, no Tom Hanks, no crime. Wow.
No Brad Pitt.
Wow.
Yeah.
Rom-coms. In what Adam Sandler film will you find the character of Jim Friedman, who named one of his daughters after the ESPN channel? Fascinating, again, to watch this play out.
Oh, yeah.
Because Ethan was like,
being Ethan,
bro, I don't know.
Yeah.
And he just starts naming off like rom-com-y,
like Adam Sandler
films. And he's like, oh, no, 50 First Dates, this and that, herp derp.
Yeah.
And you hear Liz and she's like, but they don't have any kids in those movies.
But she kept saying the name of the title like it's...
Well, the best part is that I knew that they had, I don't know if they had all 3 of their JTEs.
I think they ended up using them all too.
Yeah. And sometimes if I know I can Google something right quick, I'll try to Google it so that the anticipation, I'll know if they get it the minute.
You're ruining the magic, though.
Whatever. So I looked it up. I think I looked up Adam Sandler ESPN daughter, and it came right up.
Wow.
I am Sherlock Holmes when it comes to the internet. And so I looked it up, and I knew it was blended. And it was hilariously frustrating because
this is your faction
my
too.
faction too. And I know that Liz at one point in passing was like, I don't know, could it be blended? And then like Ethan's thinking out loud too, kind of almost spoke at the same time to where he didn't seem to hear that. And I'm like, no, she just said it. And they're going back and forth. Well, it could be this, could be that. They don't have any kids. Oh, can I get a JTE? And I feel like 3 people were talking at the same time. I feel like it was Liz, Mark.
Well, because Mark was just repeating the question. They don't, because that's the hard thing about the digital, especially for teams. Because usually when you repeat the question for teams,
you're still whispering. You're not listening.
You're buying time to discuss.
You know the question already. Yeah. You're not listening.
So Mark is just like, yeah, so in this, and they're like, is it this? And Mark's trying to do his best for like audio listeners. It's like, oh yeah.
And like she throws it out there again, and I feel like she kind of almost got not spoken over, but like spoken at the same time again. I'm like, oh my God.
Listen. Shut your lips and listen.
Oh my God. Luckily at the very end, Liz is like, bro, I think it might be blended.
But yeah, and her reason was fantastic too, because she was like, now the movies that you just rattled off, he doesn't have kids in those movies.
Exactly. Great context clue.
And Ethan was like, okay, yeah, fine. Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, I trust the amount of trust between these two was, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure it's trust that they've known each other for a couple decades.
Yeah.
And then it was also just Ethan's so chill. They seem to trust each other so much that he's just like, I don't know, but I trust you. Yeah, let's go with blended. Yeah. And I was able to exhale finally. And luckily that was the answer. Yeah, 33 to 34. 1 point. 1 point. In favor of lightning time.
Yeah.
So a very exciting conclusion to that match.
That was a match, man. Like Paul Preston and
it was a great
Ben
match.
Goddard kept up the entire time. It was just that one slip up in round 2.
It was that Jurassic Park question.
It was that Jurassic Park question that would have won it for them.
Yeah.
So it was just like, rough go for them. But like So my criticism of Ethan Irwin was a lot of times he does like he'll go with the first thing in his head. He's like
answer almost kind of impulsively.
Yeah,
and
not
if
only
that's a
impulsive.
word.
It's just like he's just so relaxed. Like, yeah, it's this.
Oh, I think it's that.
I think it's that. Yeah, let's go with that. And that was the problem I think with the last team he was on with Andrew Guy, because it's like, is it this? Yeah, let's go with that. And it's just 2-point steal right off there. It's like
Yeah.
he doesn't like really think things through, because if Liz wasn't there, he probably would have gone with one of the ones he said. But Liz was there enough to be like, no, this is why I think it's this, and this is like, all right, cool. So
Yeah.
I think Liz being there for him to think things rationally through and look at all of your options and not just go with the first thing that pops into his head. It's like, is it this?
Yeah, but to be fair, it almost sounds like we're making it out like that's him all the time. He is a former champ, by the way. But it's just sometimes that seems to happen.
Sometimes his relaxed like demeanor kind of backfires on him a lot.
Every so often.
Yeah.
You know?
And you've seen, I think when in his losses, in his big losses, we see that kind of like nip him in the butt sometimes. This relaxed demeanor just
maybe not checking down to multiple choice.
Yeah, exactly. Just
or something like
shooting,
that.
like just shooting the answer out before like fully listening to the question, fully understanding like what they're looking for. And Liz was just perfect and like, no. I think it's this.
Yeah.
And he's like, and him being like trustworthy and just being relaxed is like,
sure.
All right, yeah, I trust you. Let's go with that. And it won in the match.
Well, and how are you going to argue with that? Yeah, they didn't have kids in that film. Who are you going to name Espen? I mean, did he literally name her ESPN?
I can't remember.
I don't know.
I don't remember seeing this movie.
Never saw it. Never heard of him.
But fantastic match. I mean, if this is an indication of how both these teams will compete, because we're seeing Lightning Time in the next round.
Very confident we're going to see the Outsiders again. Should there be another tournament?
They had a really good showing. Like, they went into the second round tied, slipped up once, and lost by 1 point.
Exactly.
So, and again, learning opportunity.
And it's your first match together.
Yeah. And they work really well together, too. Like they said, Ben said he fills his holes really well. And I think with the 5-pointer, that is a clear case of that, because Paul was like, I got this, bro. It's this.
Filled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that might have been a category or a question, because that's an older film where Ben was like, oh, I don't really remember.
Yeah.
Paul was there for him.
Oh, no, Paul's like,
it's right here, bro. I got it.
Don't worry.
So 2 teams I'm really looking forward to seeing.
Yeah.
Especially because, poor Goddard, man. He's got losses on his record.
Yeah.
So it's like, got to get yours, man. Come on.
Yeah. All right. Next match. Next thing. We got a cutscene. Actually, we got a cutscene. Jay Washington. Okay. So like a continuation of that last one. So Jay starts going, okay, I know what I'm doing with the singles division, and here it is. It's a lot of information. He says that on June 4th, Ethan Irwin is going to go against Paul Oyama. The winner of that is going to face the winner of Bateman Roca. Whoa.
In a number one contender
match. And the winner of that is going to face Dan Murrell at the Collision for the belt, I assume.
Yes.
So that's pretty huge. Holy crap. Those are big names that we're throwing around here. And then also, as we will get to later on, he announced Video Drew with the whole teams match getting deferred a little bit because Odd Couple couldn't defend at that time.
Yeah.
For the live event, he announced that Video Drew would be facing Marisol in an undercard.
Yeah.
And that the winner of that is going to face Janine the Machine on May 21st. The winner of that
goes on to the Collision.
Is going to go to Collision and face Kevin Smith for a number one contender match.
Yeah. So, again, everybody's like, whoa, wait, is Kevin Smith's number one contender match? No, the winner of the Kevin Smith match will be in a number one contender match against opponent B.
Are we pretty sure about that?
I'm pretty sure that's how it is.
I don't know. I'm kind of confused.
I think that's how it is, because how
so I saw people saying both things online, so I don't know.
From my understanding, the Kevin Smith match is not a number one contender match. From my understanding,
the winner of that will go to
a number one contender match. That's how Harloff explained it. I could be wrong. I mean, I don't know if Harloff still listens to the show.
Probably not. Am I right?
I don't know. Add us. I doubt it.
No, I kind of every time I'm like, he probably doesn't listen to it. I don't know.
But
like
that's,
you said,
that's
I
what I understand. But either way, the winner of that little gauntlet goes to face Kevin Smith in at Collision.
Yeah, my man's 3-0. So,
Yeah.
Got to do something with that. Yeah.
Got a TKO for our faction.
Must be nice.
Yeah. Oh, who was that over?
Press room. Our next team's match, the press room. That is Perry, Scary Perry Nemiroff, and I don't remember his
Nickname. Just Judge. It was
Josh Horowitz.
Yeah.
I didn't write it down. Nope. It was if it was the name that was his name on the screen on like whatever.
Oh yeah, the scribble text.
I think it started with a C. I don't know.
I can't remember.
I don't remember. And they represent the Mercs.
Oh yeah.
And they're going against Rushmore, John the Outlaw Roca versus Little Little Eagle, JTE of the Finstock Exchange.
Ooh.
This is a rough matchup. Let's be honest with ourselves here.
My new faction versus my old faction.
Exactly. Oh yeah, that's right. And you got Josh Horowitz. My dude is this is his debut match.
Fresh meat.
Your debut. Can you imagine your debut match? You're going up against John Roca and JTE. Good
Legends,
Lord.
Yeah.
Usually it's like, some other rookie. Huh? Cool. But it's like, hey man, welcome to Schmoedown. Here's two of the greatest in the game. And they're gonna play with each other against you.
Yeah.
Good luck. Round 1. Perry had a rough go. Perry missed a question about Gina Davis, Robert Zemeckis, and Al Pacino. Everybody but JTE missed a question about Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Perry and Josh missed The Aviator. JTE got a perfect round and got the bonus. So by the end of round 1, a bit of a gap. We got 9-16 in favor of Rushmore. Round 2, Rushmore spins action adventure. They stick with it. They go to multiple choice one time. They got it. Press room goes. They spin away from Robert De Niro and they get comic book movies.
Yeah.
A big old 2-point miss. Did not get stolen.
Yeah, and they ended up using 2 of the repeats on a Spider-Verse question because they're like that. The answer is so obvious. Like, what? No, maybe they're tricking us. Are they tricking us? And they kept going back and forth. It's like just say it. Just say it. It's like, all right, fine. This person, and it ended up being right. So I was like, wasted a lot of time.
Yeah.
And there was another case where Ellis was trying to read off the question, and they kept talking.
Yeah.
So I was just trying his best to keep his composure and just ask the question. So
19-27 Rushmore. Rough.
Yeah.
Round 3. 2-pointer for Perry. Action adventure. Who played the role of Evelyn in The Mummy and The Mummy Returns? Rachel Weisz. Got it.
Oh, she's in the new Black Widow film. I haven't seen her in a movie in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while since The Mummy, probably.
No,
right?
She's been in a couple of other things. It's just I haven't seen a movie with her with her in it in a while. So
3-pointer for Josh. Musicals. In Mary Poppins Returns, which iconic actor plays the role of Mr. Dawes Jr., Mr. Wilkins' uncle?
Took a stab with
Dick Van Dyke, and he got it. That was great. 5-pointer for animated because they needed to get everything to make Rushmore even move. So 5-pointer. Animated. What 1950s Disney film features the supporting characters Jock, Trusty, and Pig?
Typical Pig.
Unfortunately, they did miss it. The answer was Lady and the Tramp.
Yeah, I think they said, what did they say? I can't remember what they said.
Oh no, they just started
Either way.
naming off classic 50s-ish era Disney movies. 24-27 Rushmore with yet another TKO for the Finstock Exchange.
Yeah, we just keep getting knocked out, man. And they keep knocking people out.
I think this is their 5th one, I think.
Yeah. And
the second TKO on John Roca's record this season. So
just a rough go for Perry this time. Like
it was
that round
go.
1 really
it was rough.
Yeah, it was rough. But I think on the flip side of that,
Yeah.
Horowitz is good.
He very much impressed me.
He really impressed me.
He missed 2 questions in round 1. Great.
Yeah.
Especially for your first match.
Yeah.
And then round 2 they did well.
Yeah. And he pulled up the 3-pointer, but it's not just the matter of how many questions he's getting right. It was like he was comfortable. He didn't make any rookie mistakes. He was like, there actually was one situation where they were like talking and it's like, you want to use a repeat? Let's use a repeat. Let's repeat that. And he was the one calling the shot. I was like,
he seemed to very much understand how to play this game.
I was like, whoa, man, why wouldn't we get this guy in here sooner? Because
I want to see him in singles.
Yeah. let's put him out there for singles because he did really well. He really impressed me. But Perry, it was just like, oh, one of those days. Everybody has days like this. It's
one of those days.
Yeah, it was just one of those days where the answers, because there was a couple where it's like, oh man, I thought that I just didn't write it down, or it was just a lot of those that started happening to her in this one. And it was just a bad day for her. But I think Harvard's has got a bright future.
I do too. I'm very jealous of all the people that he's interviewed. Because YouTube has been recommending me a lot of like Falcon and Winter Soldier interviews, and I see him and I'm like, oh, so jealous. Man.
Hey man, can you give me an autograph? Please.
I don't want an autograph. I want an in-person meetup. Or
Cut
on
the check.
Skype. Anyways, he was very impressive.
He was very impressive.
And I would love to see him in singles as well. And then, JT and Roka just doing what JT and Roka do.
Doing their
just
thing,
being
man.
legends of the game, taking care of business, So, if I did my homework, I would have the team's bracket on my phone.
Yeah.
I don't think I do.
They go up against, who is it? Who's on their side of the bracket? I can't remember.
Maybe when I go on the website later, I'll find it.
Yeah, maybe.
Or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
so Rushmore moving on. Real impressive TKO by them, just doing legend things, keeping the legend status. Because how could you? It's it sucks that we got another -1 on my faction, but it's what do you expect? You're going up against the legends right now, so it's
Exactly. And like I said, it's a rough go to face the two of them in your first match.
It's not only that they're so knowledgeable, they've been in the games for so long. Two insanely big personalities and egos on that team. So
that is a true statement.
And
he held his own.
Yeah,
well, I'm trying to find the graphic. Star Wars and stuff, whatever. I'm not going to find it right now.
Yeah.
All right, there's a cutscene. Grace and Shannon.
Oh, yeah, this one.
Grace was saying
a lot of bleeps in this one.
That Shannon has been having, she's noticed Shannon's been having an issue. She's been swearing a lot, and she's been using Grace's name a lot. And Grace don't like it.
Yeah, she's told her not to do that.
Exactly. And yet she does. She said she told Shannon to know her place. And that she was going to be, docking her 2 months' pay.
Well, that's after Shannon goes off on a swearing rant. It's like,
that's
who
true.
do you bleep, 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 bleep.
Lots of bleeps.
Yeah.
She just
goes off.
Let it loose. And it was great. Shannon, fireworks. I don't know if this is gonna. I don't know if Grace versus Shannon can be nominated for Rivalry of the Year. I don't know.
Can.
Grace isn't a manager and she's not competing per se, so I don't know if that's considered a rivalry.
We'll see how the story goes.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll have to see where it goes, where it plays out. But my God, the daggers that Shannon was staring at Grace. If looks could kill, it wouldn't be looking good. So yeah, Shannon let loose on Grace, told her exactly what she wanted to say with many colorful words, sentence enhancers, if you will, and lots of beeps. And yeah, after that, Grace said she was going to be docking 2 months' pay.
Yeah.
And I think basically threatened more punishment should she not know her place.
Yeah. Grace hangs up on the call, and then Shannon just still angry. Mike!
Yeah.
Mike! It's like, oh God, Mike.
I love Shannon.
Yeah.
My God, she's the best. And Grace.
Yeah.
The two of them, they are just so good at what they're...
to meet Grace.
I know.
Yeah.
Were we ever actually in the same room? Well, the awards.
Yes. We just
never got to say hi.
A chance to meet her.
Congrats to the engaged
Oh, yeah, that's
couple.
right. Congratulations.
A little late on that, but, you know, Mr. Knapsack and Miss Hancock.
Yep.
Engaged. Shacking up.
It's a wonderful thing.
Oh, yes.
Wonderful thing. I love seeing it.
So now we move on to the pay-per-view. We've got an undercard, like Jay announced. We've got Marisol, Lady Justice, Marisol McKee of Corruption versus Video Drew of the Dungeon. All right, jumping in, round one. Both these ladies got perfect round ones.
Yeah. Started off strong. Oh, my God.
Strunk, like Ben's eyebrows. And they both got the bonus. So by the end of round one, it's 9-9. Round two, Video Drew goes first. She spins away from Kevin Hart. She gets SNL movies.
Ooh.
Multiple choice twice. She got one. She missed one, but the one she missed was not
Didn't
stolen.
get stolen, yeah.
Marisol goes. She spins away from 2010s and she gets Kevin Hart. He just really needed to make an appearance.
Yeah.
She goes to multiple choice one time and she got it right. 14-16 in favor of Marisol. Round 3, 2-pointer for Video Drew. Comedy. Phil Lord and Chris Miller directed what 2012 comedy based on a TV show. Yeah. I forget what she said, but the answer was 21 Jump Street.
Love that movie.
Unfortunately, she missed it.
I don't like that. Put that back in your mouth. I don't like that.
That was a fun movie. That was a really fun movie. That one I saw. 3-pointer for Video Drew. Modern classics. Who plays Sergeant Mike Horvath, who answers directly to Tom Hanks' character on their mission to find Ryan in the film Saving Private Ryan?
She confused it with Matt Damon, or not confused. I think she didn't know the answer, and
if she didn't know and she just wanted to say something, I guess.
Yeah.
She did say Matt Damon, but unfortunately, Matt Damon, I believe, was Private Ryan.
Yeah.
So the answer was Tom Sizemore. She did miss it, but gotta give her credit for taking a stab.
Yeah, you gotta take a stab. Yeah.
We stick with Video Drew for her 5-pointer. Romance. Who plays the older version of Noah in the Know It book?
See what you did there.
Got him. Zing. James Garner. She got it. Never seen The Notebook. A good movie?
Yeah, I've seen it once. I remember one of our friends really liked it. I don't know what's it. I mean, yeah, one of our roommates back in college.
Oh,
really
you got to
liked it.
tell me who afterward.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. 5-point. Wait, no, we just read the 5-pointer. Whoops.
Sorry.
2-pointer for Marisol. 1990s. Frank Oz directed what 1990s comedy starring Bill Murray and Richard Dreyfuss? Not all. What About Bab? Got it. 3-pointer for Marisol. Disaster films. Wow. No crime again. I'm
Frankie, what are the stats on that?
flabbergasted. I'm sure it just feels like it comes up a lot. Which actor stars as Bernard Weber, a Coast Guard crewman in the film The Finest Hours? Chris Pine. What's his face? From Star Trek.
Yeah.
Kirk? Did he
Yes.
play Captain Kirk?
Yeah, plus Kirk.
Chris Pine. She got it. With that, 19-21 in favor of Marisol McKee.
Yeah, just got away from her.
She was
got a little away from
Video Drew has shown such significant improvement
Yeah.
from her debut days. And it sucks because she played so well in round 1. Perfect round.
Yeah.
And a bonus. She did well. I hate using the word navigated.
Yeah.
But she did well in round 2. And it sucks when sometimes round 3 is just where it unravels for you, especially when you've been doing well. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we're definitely going to see her again because she has shown that she is...
She's dedicated to this. She wants to improve. She wants to win this. Not like, because like when she debuted, it seemed like, oh, she's just really here for the yuck yuck. She's a character, and still love the character work.
Oh yeah,
and she's found her spot, and like she's really quick too. Like
she makes me laugh out loud every match too. Like when
there's that one thing with Marisol where she made this comment.
Well, they were talking about Kaiser coming in, and she was like, "Oh, that's the representation you picked because everything's legal stuff with Marisol." Lady Justice, I guess it makes sense. And, that's the representation you pick. Wow, terrible. I'm getting, my cousin Vinny vibes over here with how bad that representation was. And Video Drew just like that. It's just like, well, they won that one, so yikes.
And the way she said it wasn't like yikes. It was like...
Yikes. It was... She's a treasure.
Fantastic.
She's so quick-witted. But yeah, no, she played a fantastic game. And she seems to... it seems like she improves every time she plays.
Yeah.
So excited to continue seeing her doing what she does.
And she has to be one of those spots where like the tournament comes up, put her in.
Yeah.
She'll work for it.
Absolutely. And people love to see her.
Yeah.
On top of it, you're doing you play very respectably, and you've got a personality to boot. Like that's a total package there, baby.
Lock that down.
As far as Marisol goes, obviously she played a great game.
Yeah,
and now she goes on to face Janine the Machine May 21st, if I'm not mistaken. And then she has a little trajectory path should she, continue to do well.
If she keeps winning, it's like, well, that trade seems to have worked out for both parties then.
Yeah.
Because I said to myself, like, that the win over Mancuso is like, you don't validate that in one match. You validate it where you are at the end of the season.
Right.
If she's in line for the title, it's like, well, I guess it was worth it.
Yeah.
So, like, Still can't say that just yet because, like, yeah, 2 wins, it's great. Let's see if she can keep the steam going.
Yes.
Because you can run into a brick wall coming in the next match. So anything can happen in the Schmoedown. So.
Exactly. So excited to see what happens with Marisol and Janine.
Yes.
Very, very excited.
And she's switching it up. She has a black blindfold now instead of a white one.
Well, you got to match it to the outfit, baby. Got to accessorize.
Yeah.
She ain't no schlep. She knows what she's doing. I'm just like, damn, this girl's got an extensive collection of blindfolds. And I thought about it, and I'm like, it was probably her shtick. And then she was like, oh, I should probably buy a black one and a white one, depending on what I'm wearing. So I'm assuming she's not just a blindfold enthusiast. I'm assuming.
You got a closet like ties. It's like a tie rack instead of blindfolds.
All these different patterns, depending on what mood she's in, what she's wearing. Got to match it to my earrings. But yeah, no. She was matching.
I do like what she does with it. She like wraps it around her hand.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's fun, yeah.
Like a fighter thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She looks like she can tussle too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I love Marisol. She's great. Okay. So that was our undercard. Logically, the next one is the overcard.
The main event.
The main event.
The Battlefield.
Of Battlefield. Okay. This was once the undercard grew up to be a beautiful overcard. We've got Alex the Demon Damon of the Stars versus Mike KO.
Mike the Killer.
The Killer. Kalinowski of Corruption, of course.
Corruption at it again.
And we've got ourselves a #1 contender match for the IG title. Good Lord.
Winner goes on to play
Miss Amazing Mara Kanopik
for the IG title.
All right, ladies and gents, round 1.
Well, before we get into that,
okay,
I want to talk about Alex Damon's promo work because it's phenomenal.
Oh, he's crushing.
I love seeing this side of Damon because I laughed out loud. I haven't messaged him yet, so somehow I'll get this, but like I laughed out loud and rewound it 3 times because it made me laugh so hard. The whole like, sorry, I'm the GOAT of Star Wars. Sorry, I'm a champion, and sorry, I have the belt. And then quick cut to the wow!
No, he's crushing it. It's really fun to see this
phenomenal.
Side of him.
It's so good. Because like Star Wars, like even if this wasn't the case of him seeing him more, we don't get to see a lot of Star Wars players, and especially in the past seasons, to get character work in and promo work and stuff but now that
especially Alex, because he didn't play as often when the division was smaller.
Yeah, and now that we see more, not in just Star Wars, but in another division, we get to see more of that work, and you know the improv classes worked, my dude, because this is another because there was one in the tournament last year where he's looking at that charm from Raiders, and like this should have been nominated for entrance of the year. I don't know why it didn't, but he was like, "Oh, I'll deal with that later."
Hey, you really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, I really, like all the stuff that's coming out of like Alex and his promos and his character work. It's just like
he's doing great.
So good.
He's crushing it.
He's crushing it.
So. We've got round 1. Alex missed a question about Katie Holmes playing Rachel Dawes.
Oh, yeah.
Something about Thomas Hayden Church and something about Dana Delaney.
I'm a Star Wars competitor for a reason, people.
That's just a lot of names. Mike got a perfect round and got the bonus. So by the end of round 1, it was 7-11 in favor of Mike.
Mike being Mike.
Doing it like Mike. Round 2. Mike goes first. He spins opponent's choice. He gets given Who Said It.
Ooh, yeah, and this backfires on them. It really backfires on them because everybody struggles with Who Said It in any division.
Yeah, it's rough. It's basically mixed bag, but almost even maybe a little harder.
Yeah, and it's hard because like if you haven't seen the film, you really don't have a chance at it.
Unless it was something in the trailer.
Yeah.
And hopefully you've seen that.
Yeah.
But he goes to multiple choice one time and still got it. Mm-hmm. Other than that, he did great.
Yeah, like real. Like they thought they were like, maybe we get some seal opportunities here, get those points back. It's like, nope.
No.
Mike being Mike, and just killing it.
Alex goes. Mm-hmm. He spins animated, decides to stick with it. Multiple choice one time, he missed it, but it was not stolen. So by the end of round 2, 15-20, still in favor of Mike. About this round 2.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I know that Mike was like,
hey, I don't know
if he like issued a challenge, like, how about I don't put DC on the wheel and you don't put Star Wars because,
Yeah, he's getting flack for taking a strength of his in his last match.
Ridiculous. Why wouldn't you? Like, I get what Mike's doing because it's kind of like, well, let's show that we're more than our strengths.
Yeah.
And, mano a mano, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I get what Mike is saying.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure we probably mentioned this when we talked about Alex's last match.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you take a strength if you spin it? Why am I going to gamble
You want to take
and try to prove something?
Yeah, you want to take the thing closest to a sure thing. And if Alex Damon, the former Star Wars champion, gets Star Wars, you bet your bank account that he's going to take Star Wars. Why wouldn't you?
Exactly. And if they say it's not fair, why? Star Wars is inner geekdom. Well, you going to penalize him for being good at it?
Yeah.
Like, just because he happens to be amazing at Star Wars doesn't mean he shouldn't take it because he's in the Star Wars division. Who cares? Yeah. Like, you take your strength, you play. It's
called the strength for a reason.
Like I said before, that would be like telling Mike Kalinowski all the 8 million times that he spun James Bond. Come on, man, spin away from James Bond. No, sorry, I like it.
Telling Rachel Cushing, hey, you spun Middle Earth.
Middle Earth.
No.
No. I think I'm happy where I am. Thanks.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
You play to win the game, and the way to win the game is take your strength.
And everybody's got strengths, and everybody's got weaknesses and blind spots. Why would you? I could go on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's
no problem with Alex Damon taking Star Wars and Inner Geekdom. It's not like he talked to Christian like, hey man, listen, I know this isn't actually Inner Geekdom, but can you put it on the wheel? Like, it is Inner Geekdom.
Yeah.
So obviously it's part of it and always has been. Whatever.
So dumb.
All right, round 3. 2-pointer for Alex. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. In what film does Steven...
You got auto-corrected?
I got auto-corrected. That's not a word. Somebody named Steven something playing the character of Casey Jones. Mm-hmm. TMNT Out of the Shadows. He got it. Mm. I got hella auto-corrected.
I think it's the guy that plays Green Arrow and Arrow.
What's Green Arrow? Is that a movie or a TV show?
No, TV show. The CW Arrow.
Never seen it.
The Arrowverse, Flash.
Nope.
I'm way behind on that.
No.
I wanted to watch The Crisis on Infinite Earth, but I didn't.
All I know is I didn't get it.
Even though Brandon Routh coming back as Superman was a huge thing for him. Like, oh my God, he's playing Kingdom Come Superman, and that one line I tweeted out, and he's sorry. It's not Star Wars, so I didn't watch it.
Good. I didn't get it because the only Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie that matters is the first one.
I agree with you. The first one is better than the second one, but I still like the second one. And I don't acknowledge the third one.
I don't acknowledge anyone but the first one. That's a feel-good movie. You watch that movie, you pop out your VHS, you put it in your movie player. You order Domino's, and you just eat pizza and quote the entire movie.
I want pizza now. Thank you. I want pizza now.
No, I'm kind of hungry now that we're talking about it.
You want to make pizza after this?
We'll see. 3-pointer for Alex. He gets Batman.
It's late over here, sorry.
Batman and Robin. What is the name of Alfred's sister in Batman and Robin?
What a question. Holy crap. Like, seriously, Batman and Robin's not terrible, but it's not the first Batman movie I'll pick up. But, God, wow, that's a 3-pointer?
I guess.
Wow.
The answer was Margaret, and unfortunately, he did miss it. 5-pointer for Alex. Now we're in a bit of a, in a tough spot because now it's kind of like, TKO territory. 5-pointer for Alex. Graphic novels. Stuart Beatty. Hopefully that's right. Directed what graphic novel adaptation featuring Miranda Otto? Mm-hmm. Man, I really should reread these and make sure I got them.
The speech to text isn't perfect.
Speech to text sometimes messes me up.
Trying to spell space words.
Exactly. I Frankenstein. He got it right. Mm-hmm. TKO avoided. 2-pointer for Mike. Back to the Future.
Gotta go back in time.
What?
Gotta go back in time. You don't remember the SNL sketch with Michael J. Fox?
No.
They're in the elevator.
I sure don't.
Go back in time. Somebody knows what I'm talking about.
Wow.
Come
Brad
on.
Gilmore, where are you at? Do you know what he's talking about?
I bet he does.
Who played the role of Claire Clayton? What is this? This is just words.
That is what sentences are. They're just words stringed together.
In Back to the Future Part 3.
Who plays
love interest? Maybe? Sounds like that might be where we were going. Claire Clayton in Back to the Future 3.
Who plays her in Back to the Future 3? Yeah. Maybe you forgot something, but
I
he
sure
gets
did.
it.
In any case, who cares? He got it right. Good job, Mike. 3-pointer from Mike. Mixed bag. Tim, I should go over these. Tim Curry appears as Farley Claymore, the assistant of Professor Reinhardt, in what 1994 film?
Reinhardt.
The Shadow. And he got it right.
Honor. Justice.
Reinhardt.
Ha-ha! Shout out to my Overwatch team.
My clan. My Overwatch clan.
Easy peasy clan.
That 22-25 in favor of Mike Kalinowski, who is now 10-6 in Inner Geekdom.
First in Inner Geekdom to get to 10 wins.
Wild.
And we're gonna see Mara Kanopik, Mike Kalinowski 3. This is a fun rivalry.
Oh yeah.
Rivalry.
Rivalry.
Saying it like my daughter.
She says words cute.
Playing it.
Yes, it's very adorable. We'll share it that she doesn't say the way that when she says penguin, she loves birds for some reason, and she says
she
penguin.
likes animals. She just loves animals.
Oh yeah, she always has a soft spot for birds ever since like early on. Mm-hmm. But yeah, she does. She says penguin. She says it as poingun. It's very adorable. Anyways, where are we going?
Oh, so Mara Kanopik, Mike Kalinowski.
How did we get?
I said rivalry.
Oh, yeah. Right. Okay, we're back, ladies and gentlemen.
Said rivalry like a dummy. But yeah, we can. I'm looking forward because they're one-on-one on each other. Mike's beating her. She's beating him.
Oh yeah.
So buckle up. It's gonna be a good one, and Mike has a chance to be the first 3-time Inner Geekdom champion.
Yes.
So, I mean, Mike just being Mike, and this is the first time we've seen Mike this season too. So.
Well, I mean, we saw him in the free for all, but first time we've seen him in Inner Geekdom.
In regulation play.
In regulation play. Yeah?
Yes. This is the first time we're seeing him in regulation because we're gonna see him in teams. So whoever wins that team's tournament, we'll see him in chance in the number one contender match. God, the path of belts for Mike is really short this season, especially how early it is.
Oh, I mean, it's Mike Kalinowski. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, former champion for a reason. But,
yeah.
As far as Alex goes, better than last time they met.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
Because the last time they met it ended in a TKO.
Yeah.
So yes, it definitely went better than last time. Mm-hmm. It would have been fun to see Alex versus Mara to see how he would have held up against her. Yeah,
first person to be in the situation to have held the Star Wars and IG title.
Right.
So and. God, Alex is being pulled through the ringer right now. He just had a number one contender match against the legend of Mike Kalinowski. Now he's got to turn around and play me again.
Yeah.
So try to get the belt back, but like he's getting like, because even if he would have beaten Mike, he would have to turn around. He would have to play Mike, turn around, play me, and then turn around and play Mara. It's like
it's a lot.
It's a lot. It is a lot, but and I'm sure you would say that, he a rough day for him. And like, he just got hit in blind spots.
Yeah.
And like, if it was like the last time, he got a lot of his strengths in his last one, got a couple of like, just like things he just didn't know. And that's the game sometimes.
That's what happens in Inner Geekdom,
and He's got a really good record. 4-2 in the IG is nothing. Nothing to scoff
This is
at.
what, his second season?
Yeah. And he's doing really well in it.
Oh yeah.
Too. So, I'm sure you will see him again. There's an IG tournament, right?
I would imagine.
I imagine you put Alex Damon in that.
It was so successful last year. It was very exciting. So I would imagine.
We'll see him again in IG. We're gonna see him very shortly.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm going to see Alex this week. So
yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. Speaking of this week's matches. All right, check it. I was really trying to find that graphic of the teams bracket,
couldn't find it.
I'm going on some Twitter pages and really just falling short here. Anyways. Oh, I bet it's on the website. You would think. Yeah. Anyways.
The website's hard to navigate sometimes.
This week, we start Wednesday, May 5th. Revenge of the 5th, if you will.
Ooh.
With a Star Wars match. Convenient. We've got the beginning of the Star Wars tournament. We've got Adam the Razor Witt of the Dungeon versus Zach, don't know his nickname yet, Burkett. But that kind of works because it rhymes. You're welcome. And he's representing the Stars.
Yeah, I'm trying to get his first win.
And his first match, his debut match in a tournament.
First win, period.
Oh, Adam. Oh, I thought I heard
Yeah.
Zach.
No,
Sorry.
Adam.
Adam.
Adam
Yeah.
trying to get his first win ever.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot riding on him right now.
Yeah, and
then
also-
Zach making his debut.
Zach making his
The-
debut.
The third
Adam's-
Dragon Con player.
Adam's going against his second Dragon Con player now, and we all know the hype that
Yeah.
the Dragon Con players came in with. So, you wonder about that.
Eyes
But
on
Adam
that
Witt
one.
had a very strong showing against Thomas Harper.
Very much improved.
Yeah.
So my eyes are on that match.
And I think had that match with Thomas not happened, I think people would look at this Adam-Zach match and be like, oh, Zach's got this in the bag. But I think on the heels of that Thomas match, they're going to be
Yeah.
like, oh, wait a minute. Now it's a bit different. Now we could see this going either way. It's not going to be... I think if you would have polled it a couple weeks ago versus now,
Yeah.
the poll probably
Yeah.
would have shown a much different
Yeah.
result.
I've said it before. I'll say it 1,000 times. There are no schlubs in the Star Wars division.
Except for this one.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Oh, I know. I know. And, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
You know?
I know.
You just miraculously know. Thursday, May 6th, we've got a teams match. Oh, and look at that. How convenient. There's a hyperlink that says bracket. I can probably click on that and see it. We've got Deception.
The internet is amazing.
It's amazing. Deception of Corruption going against Blackjack of the Stars. We got Deception, which is, of course, Marisol and Adam versus Blackjack, which, if I'm not mistaken, is Janine and Jacoby.
Yes.
So exciting because, I feel like people are, all eyes are on Deception.
Yeah.
Because all eyes are
'cause that's
seemingly
a power
always
team.
on Adam Collins.
Yeah.
And also Marisol, for that matter. And also Janine, a great player, a personality everyone is always happy to see. And Jacoby, who just debuted, just was doing well in a free-for-all.
Yeah.
A rookie that's making a name for himself.
Yes. Absolutely.
So very, very interested to see the outcome of that match. Friday, May 7th, we've got another teams tournament. We've got Danger Zone of the
making their debut.
Dungeon. And that's, of course,
Ben Bateman.
Ben and Dan versus the midterms of Swag.
Which is Zipper
I kinda-
and... Oh, no, Swag. Yeah, Zipper. And I think it's...
I don't remember.
I think it's Lon's brother. I always forget his name.
John?
John. Yeah,
Oh, maybe.
I think that's who it is.
don't know.
Somebody wrote it in our comments in the last couple of videos.
My bad.
They'll correct us again.
Sorry.
It's a lot of people to keep track of.
So, would you look at that? So, yeah, okay. It looks like, going back to knowing who Rushmore faces next. So, Rushmore is now going to face Lightning Time.
Oh, yeah.
So, that'll be very exciting.
That's going to be a good match.
Spicy.
Spicy.
Then, also on Friday, May 7th, oh boy.
What do we got?
We've got ourselves a throwdown.
Oh, do we?
We do. The undercard is to be determined.
Yeah.
To be announced. TBA, TBD. But the overcard, the main event, if you will. Andrew, the Hunter Dimalanta,
Who dat?
the Star Wars, the defending Star Wars champion, Andrew the Hunter Dimalanta of the Quirky Mercs versus Alex, the Demon Damon of the Stars, looking to challenge and trying to take back that belt. So, Star Wars title match on Friday, May 7th. Oh boy.
Oh, boy. God knows we've been preparing.
God knows we've been preparing.
Because we have, like I said, once we won the belt, we celebrated that night, and then it was back to work the next day because if you're going to beat Alex Damon twice in a row, you can't sleep. You can't.
Yeah, no.
You can't eat anything but Star Wars. You can't ingest anything but Star Wars. You can't think about anything else but Star Wars.
Nope.
And God knows that's what I've been doing.
Funny story. The other day, I woke up to go to work one day, and the first thought in my brain was this random, I don't even know if it was a tertiary character. It was something, whatever the next step is below tertiary.
There's a background character.
A background character that I just woke up and I was like, oh, first and last name. And I'm like, why? I didn't have a Star Wars dream. Why is that name in my head? It would be funny if it came up because then I play the lottery. But yeah, no, I just woke up and went, oh, blah, blah. I guess I'll start my day now. I don't know what that was
That's
about.
pretty much where I am at. It's like the
Yes.
first thing I think about in the morning isn't my family.
Well,
It
I'm
is.
sure
It
is.
It is. But the most immediate thought after that is a Star Wars character.
Yes.
A Star Wars ship, a line, a
Yeah.
title.
Yeah.
It's something. And the last thing I think about before my head hits the pillow, besides my family, is probably the same exact thing.
Probably.
So that's where we're at. And again, if that last match is an indication of how this one might go, we might as well hit the 70s and 80s.
That was quite a match last time. So yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be it's gonna be a good one, I'm sure.
Yeah. So if you are not a patron, if you don't want to drop, what is that, like $7, $10, something like that?
Yeah, maybe just to buy the one-time stream.
Just to
or
buy the
something.
one-time stream. I mean, if you missed out on the first one, you don't want to miss out on this one, because it's gonna be like the Battle of Endor. You thought the Battle of Yavin was exciting.
Ooh.
Battle of Endor's just as good as, or if not better. So that's what we got ahead of us.
It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be spicy.
Yeah.
You know, like I there's like two halves of me. One is like, oh man, it's so close. Like, it would be nice if there was more time. And then another part of me is like, let's just do it. Like, let's just
Rip the Band-Aid off.
Let's just do it.
Just go.
Like, so that's where I am. But yeah, no, it's gonna be a good one, I'm sure. So tune in, join us.
Schmoedownlive.com or patreon.com/Schmoedown, or I think it's just Schmoedown for the Patreon.
Go to the Schmoedown website. All the information is probably there.
Yes. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think that will do it for this episode. God, wow, another long one, guys. Sorry.
I mean, we had a handful of matches.
We had a handful of matches. So
You know, and we'll have the same thing next week too. So, not complaining about content. Keep it coming.
with that, we'll end this episode here. Star Wars competitor Nicki Dimalanta, where can they find you online?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Dimmy. DIMMMYYY.
As for me, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Drew Dimalanta, DIMALANTA. If you listen to this on audio form, please follow, feed, and rate us.
Yeah. And if you're watching us on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon in the lower right-hand corner. See when we do things on YouTube.
Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. We'll see you next time.